Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Friday, January 19th, 2018. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. The Alexandra Hospital was today, Friday, January 19th, the recipient of a gift from Sir Kateba Alganin, the Federation's Consul General in New York. In support of the work of the High Commission in London, Sir Kateba Alganin has again demonstrated his commitment to the delivery of quality medical care in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
The mission of the Alexandra Hospital is to provide quality care for all. One way in which we administer care is through our emergency medical service, and to do so, we must be equipped with the appropriate means of transportation. Thus, today we are pleased to see the addition of one more ambulance to the hospital. We are indeed grateful to all who would have made this donation possible.
Assistant Hospital Administrator Marlene Jeffers chaired this morning's brief handing over ceremony at the Alexandra Hospital. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Shelisa Martin Clark, noted that the ministry is grateful for the donation.
An ambulance is one of those assets that is required in the delivery of health care to provide emergency pre-hospital care and also to transport persons who are ill to hospitals for further care and treatment. We therefore look at this donation as one that can help to provide the continuum of care to the people of Nevis. We therefore once again say thank you to Sir Kateba Alganim, the Federation Consul General in New York, for this donation.
As stated by Premier and Senior Minister of Health, the Honorable Mark Brantley, today was not only an important day for Nevis, but also an important step forward in the ministry's delivery of quality health care.
An ambulance is a critical piece of equipment in the delivery of health care, and we are all about delivering better health care to the people of Nevis. There were times when we only had one ambulance. There were times when, of course, even that one may not have been working properly. So we're delighted that we're at a stage where we now have 4 ambulances available to us, available to the people of Nevis. This gives the EMS, we feel, better ability to respond and to respond in a good fashion. You see the ambulance here behind us. We have gone through. It is in mint condition, and it is my hope that those who drive it and those who are working with this bit of equipment take the best possible care of it.
Premier Brantley then handed over the keys to the ambulance to Medical Chief of Staff at the Alexandra Hospital, Dr. Cardell Rawlins. Meantime, Premier the Honorable Mark Brantley, who is also St. Kitts and Nevis's Minister of Foreign Affairs, says today's donation to the Alexandra Hospital was as a result of work by that ministry.
People often ask, what is Foreign Affairs doing? What are the benefits? Well, here you have an ambulance for Nevis that is part of the benefit. And there is also one similar for St. Kitts, because what happened was Sir Kateba decided that he would, through his own connections and contacts, donate 2 ambulances to the Federation, one to St. Kitts and one to Nevis. And so they both arrived, and we are very grateful for that. I also want to thank His Excellency Kevin Isaac, our High Commissioner in London, because Kevin Isaac has been very instrumental in massaging and managing the relationship, and it was through his initiative initially, and he reached out and asked what is it the Federation needs, and we indicated that ambulances are always required.
In a recent press release, Sir Kateba Alganin, the Federation's Consul General in New York, stated that given the long-standing working relationship, it is natural for him to continue to join forces with Kevin Isaac, St. Kitts and Nevis's High Commissioner in London, to secure the ambulances. The Consul General said although he was not born in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Twin Islands have become an important part of him, and he will always advocate for the Federation's success. He added that he looks forward to continuing the important partnership to improve the delivery, quality, and access to health care in the Federation. Meantime, following this morning's handing over ceremony, we caught up with the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams. Mrs. Williams is a junior minister in the Premier's Ministry with responsibility for health.
We cannot overemphasize the need for us to form strategic alliances with different stakeholders. The service of health is one that would need the assistance of all. And so this gift is very timely, and we would like all of the stakeholders to come on board and assist us in our drive towards upgrading healthcare on the island of Nevis.
We also spoke with matron at the Alexandra Hospital, Aldris Pemberton Diaz.
I can assure you that the orderlies and the EMTs will be utilizing this vehicle. They will use it to the best of their abilities, and they will be careful when they are driving on the streets of Nevis, and safety will be focused for them, for our patients and our clients here on the island of Nevis.
Still to come, Carry Forum senior ministers meet in St. Kitts to discuss Brexit's impact on trade. The details after this break.
Hello, my name is Culturama, the Caribbean's greatest summer line. Most islands have their festival annually, but they call it Carnival. With all those shows, we fete and fun. We party from sun up to sundown. Everybody come now, show the world what we mean when we talk about Culturama. Flags up, flags up, flags up, flags up. Time to wake up for the jam. We coming down early to be morn. Flags up, flags up, flags up, flags up. Time to jump up in the band.
Welcome back. The Caribbean Forum Carry Forum senior officials meeting on Brexit took place in St. Kitts on Thursday 18th and today Friday 19th January at the Ocean Terrace Inn to start the discussion on possibly emerging trade issues for the Caribbean. The meetings were held with the objective of forming a mutually beneficial negotiation strategy for the new trade agreements. The Carry Forum Economic Partnership Agreement (EPA) is a comprehensive agreement covering the trade of goods and services for the CARICOM Islands and the Dominican Republic. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Trade, Jasmine Warner-Weeks, noted that the discussions of the meeting will allow the 15 member states represented to have a fruitful debate on the existing EPA. She told the delegates that their presence signaled their individual countries' commitment to moving the region forward regardless of the supposed challenges that lie ahead. The United Kingdom's UK withdrawal from the European Union (EU) leaves the UK-Caribbean trade relations at a crossroads after more than 4 decades of trade being governed by EU policies. Brexit presents the challenges of ensuring trade continuity for Carry Forum, but also opportunities to redefine and reshape future trade and investment relations, Weeks said. And finally, friends and family of Cillian Powell today celebrated the birthday of the centenarian. There is more in this report.
Cillian Powell of Zion Village in Nevis, the oldest living person in St. Kitts and Nevis, celebrated her 106th birthday among family, friends, government officials, caregivers and well-wishers at a ceremony also celebrating her Ghanaian ancestry at the Flamboyant Nursing Home on January 19, 2018. Carlisle Powell, grandson of Cillian Powell, chaired the ceremony.
I have to explain to you, first of all, why we are wearing African wear this morning. My older sister, Mary, decided to do an ancestry check. And when she did that using Ancestry.com, DNA, origins, etc., we found out that our family is 46% from the Ivory Coast and Ghana, and 14% from Southeastern Bantu. And so we decided, why not? Let's go African this year for Mama.
The Honorable Eric Evelyn, Minister responsible for social development in the Nevis Island Administration and area representative for the parish of St. George's, said he is exceedingly proud that Miss Powell has reached this milestone in her life.
I would also like to extend the greetings to our celebrant from the Department and the Ministry of Social Services. And I want to say how proud we are that you have reached this milestone. This is not any easy feat, 106 years. And she must have done something well. God has blessed her, and she would have lived an exemplary life for herself, for her children, her grandchildren, her great-grand, and for the rest of Nevis. So I want to congratulate her, and I would wish her many more years.
Minister Evelyn, who presented a fruit basket to Powell on behalf of the Department of Social Services, said he was elated to be celebrating the life of Powell and thanked her family and the staff of the Flamboyant Nursing Home for her care. Premier of Nevis, Honorable Mark Brantley said he was pleased to celebrate Powell's 106th birthday with her and her family, as it was an occasion for great celebration. He commended the family for the care of their matriarch and urged others in the community to follow their lead.
I want to congratulate the family, because I think this family year after year has come to celebrate the birthday of their matriarch. And I believe that by doing so, they demonstrate to all of us how families ought to live. And that this African tradition that I'm hearing about, and that they've traced their roots all the way back to Ghana, that is demonstrative of the African way to celebrate our elders and to ensure that we give honor where honor is due. And I believe if all of us can emulate that, we would have a much better Nevis.
Premier Brantley wished the birthday celebrant a wonderful birthday. He also expressed hope and a fervent prayer that they would be able to return year after year to celebrate her birthday with the rest of the Powell family. Other remarks were delivered by Deputy Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, Her Honor Marjorie Morton, Senator Wendy Phipps, Minister of State in the Ministry of Health in the federal government, and Honorable Joseph Parry. Pastor Theophilus Kelly said the opening prayer, and Sidney Newton delivered the benediction. Among those present were Powell's own surviving child, 86-year-old Iris Dulcina Brown, Honorable Vance Emery, Minister of Nevis Affairs in the federal government, Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, Junior Minister in the Premier's Ministry with responsibility for health, and Keith Glasgow, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Community Development. I am Vanessa Phillip reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing.
At a loss as to what's going on in Nevis? Tune into NNC on NTV. Don't worry if you don't have cable either. NNC will bring the news to you wherever you are. Facebook and Facebook Live. YouTube and YouTube Live. NevisTVOnline.com. Roku app, NTV mobile app, Smart TV, Apple TV, and any other IPTV platforms. When me ANC and you ANC, NNC.